All right, Mike. When we first started talking about this whole concept of emotional intelligence and leadership training, how did that fit in with your philosophy and what you wanted to get out of for Nielsen, for W.S. Nielsen
Well, it felt right in line with the leadership and the responsibilities we're trying to portray to this blue collar mentality of employees.
Company?
That's really the backbone of our business. I think I've shared with you that kind of like a parent, it's nice to have an outside source.
Yeah, to verify
Yeah,
that, to reinforce that.
confirming what you're trying to teach, because you find that, again, in relation to children, that they're just starting to think blah, 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 and you start to
Right.
feel that with your employees too. So the success of y'all's training has just been fantastic.
Good. Well,
Just reinforces really what we're trying to do here.
good. So you brought, 10 or so people to the conference, and most of those are your field guys, foreman
Mhm.
guys, blue
Pretty
collar
much our
guys, would you say?
construction department
Yeah.
personnel, and all of them in a supervisor or leadership position.
Right. And since the conference, what changes have you seen? And you can talk about individuals or just as
Amazing. Every person reacts to it a little differently. We've seen some senior leaders really, really engage, and I believe change their life, not just their benefits as an employee of the W.S. Nielsen Company, but benefits of their personal lives and how they react and deal with different things, which again in turn helps support what's going on here. So it's a win-win. And then some guys, kind of again their own blue collar way of making some changes. At least they're thinking about it, which is something that they wouldn't do without the kind of training that we had. And that weekend, there's a whole other dynamic that happened. Just having that weekend where it wasn't necessarily work related. I mean, it was a group from work, but we weren't talking about day-to-day work. So it was a lot of dynamics came out of just that time together. So it was good.
Good. Now, for companies who may be a little reluctant to look at this work with emotional intelligence and this approach to leadership and personal development training, what would you tell
They're kidding themselves.
them? How so?
We can all teach skills and specific trade stuff, and those are all beneficial. But this gets you to step back and what I say is fly at 10,000 feet. These guys are allowed to fly at 10,000 feet and look at themselves and look at their lives and look at how they deal with things, and largely as far as it's work related, and then again personally, and it's just once you get them to engage at that level, all the other training is more meaningful. They see it as something more meaningful other than, oh geez, another training session that's I'm going to be bored with.
Right.
It's invaluable in my opinion.
So you invested a good bit of money in
Absolutely.
the people that you brought. Do you think you're going to get a return on your investment?
Yes.
In what way do you see returns on that?
I think we have what we call core values, which are safety, quality, and productivity, and those things are what makes us work in the field. And I think it's invaluable because these guys they understand that other than just blah 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 from their boss, and they're in turn taking these skills to better communicate those things in the field. Their knowledge of emotional intelligence, it just flows out to their crews and makes everybody work safer, do a better job, and quality. So it's hard to measure, obviously, but I think the return on investment is tenfold.
Okay.
You know, we intend to take this training into the sales and project management and you know, other leadership areas of our business.
Very good. Thank you, Mike.